My name is Adam Wingard. I'm the director and editor of The Guest. So at this point in the film, Dan Stevens and Maika Monroe have just left a party, and he sort of just won her over by complimenting some of her music, and she promises to make him a mixtape. This scene is really important to the film because, the whole stylization of the movie kind of came from this Love and Rockets song, but strangely enough, we didn't really have a place for it. It was just one of these inspirational songs that I used that kind of helped me figure out the direction I wanted to take with the soundtrack. And so I was constantly trying to figure out where to put it in the film. And in the script originally, this scene was much more simple. It was just her kind of creating a mix CD and kind of laying on her bed, and that was the end of the scene. But I saw the opening to that, and so, I suggested, well, it'd be great is if we could just have her laying there listening to music, and we cut over to the other room next door, and we see Dan just like sitting there. And what followed was a great conversation with our two producers, Keith Calder and Jess Calder, and then Simon Barrett, and it kind of shows how great of a working creative relationship we have. What happened is that Simon then suggested, well, what the Hollywood way would be, it'd be like this overhead shot on a soundstage, and the camera would, dolly overhead and show Dan sitting in his room. And Keith was like, why don't we just cut to outside of the house and show Dan staring off? Because that's kind of a motif in the film that we have, just these shots of Dan staring off, and the movie just kind of holds on him. And then I thought, as soon as I heard that, I was like, that's a great idea. What we'll do is we'll do a dolly shot that starts on her room. It'll, push over, zoom in on Dan, continue that motif with the Love and Rockets song playing. Haunted by your soul. It ended up working out, and now it's kind of the centerpiece of the movie.